20. I think I have to wait like about 6-7 seconds because I think there's a little delay. Anyway, it's 10:20. It's the 15th of April, and I've called it Love with Lucy because I've got like so much love overflowing today. It just feels like a really nice energy. Okay, I've got shitloads of love to give away. To give away? It's a giveaway day. Okay, it's a really nice energy. Whew. Okay, so best thing to do is to tap into the channel of love. Let's do it. Although I feel like you might not be doing it like right now when I'm live, but maybe a bit later on. You'll be watching a bit later on. But then I feel that makes it easier to know that you're not watching like live and you'll be watching later. Look, we're going to go with the flow. You've chosen so many decks. We had to stop. I was counting and then I stopped. So 3, 6, 8 decks there. I still have all the decks from last time out. And then I've picked up my little box here. This is a box that, like, I would have in my bedroom. So if I wanted to play with some cards, I would just pick these up. And there's a... Like, I was going to call it midnight snacking. It's not, it's just evening snacking. And I've just, like, kept this bit of fudge in there because otherwise it will unravel itself. It's called Sunny Side Up Chocolate Fudge. Anyway, okay, it's like safe in there. Should we have a look at these cards first? Can you see that? A life purpose spread. Maybe we should do that spread. Okay. That's the card of resting, rejuvenating, healing, learning. It's a quiet time. Life purpose spread. Okay. I said about... Did I say about learning time? Maybe yeah, I think I did. So we're looking to 5 areas. There's the spread there. What you've learned in the past, what you're currently learning, what steps to take right now, how you can best help others, and your life's purpose. We're going to have a look at that today then. Okay. How you can best help others. Buy them fudge. What cards are we going to use then? Oh my goodness. I feel like my arm, my muscle here hurts all of a sudden. Oh, hold on. I feel like it might just click. What's wrong with my shoulder? Okay. Let's loosen up a bit. Let's have a nice reading today. I'll get the cards out. We use the Rider-Waite Tarot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give these cards a shuffle. I did really want to pull a postcard from Spirit first. We'll do that then. Let me just get these cards in place. Right, let me look at the order of them. The Order of the Phoenix is coming through. Okay. Is there one card? 1, 2. Okay, that one wants to stay with that one, so we won't argue. I feel like I'm picking bits of fluff. Did we do that when we're like, I don't know, like nervous and maybe we don't want to hear what's going to be said? Is that why it's going to be easier for me to do this, like, without you being present live? Present live. The present lie. Easier to watch on Watchback. Watchback? Oh, we've got 2 cards here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Come on, what's with the shoulder? Do I need to push my chair away a little bit? I feel like I just need to give my arm a bit of my right arm, my right shoulder, some room. It's just around about here. Okay. It feels a bit knotted there. I'm just working on it. A postcard from Spirit. These are all like brown cards here. We've got the Law of Attraction cards, the Wellbeing cards, Angels and Ancestor Oracle cards. Okay, let's get a postcard from Spirit first. And it comes in with like the cup that I've got. A little piggy on it. What did this little piggy do? Okay, we've got options, haven't you? 5 options. With love, of course. Let's have a look at the image here. It's Cupid, and he's got like 2 birds, and he's like reining them, but they're kind of pulling in different directions. So it's like I'd say he's reining them in. With love. It's Cupid. Can you see that? I so want to go, peekaboo. Dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you, you're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion, and although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected, so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. And we're doing the life purpose spread. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. That's a nice message. Do you know what I thought of this morning? Well, not this morning, actually. Well, what time is it, Lucy? Oh, it is morning. It's quite early, isn't it? Oh, 10:20. I put the heating on because I'm cold. And I thought, if like I have heating available, then I'm going to use it. It was like, if I've got the source available to heat me up, then I'm going to use that. No worries about like the cost of that or the expense. It's there to be used, so use it. Love. Loads of it. Seriously. I was like saying to myself, like I'm in my own imaginary world of love. And it's like I don't need to come out of that world for anyone. It's like I'm just in this world of love. It's nice. Where should we go now? Should we have a look at this life purpose spread? Let's look at the first message. What you've learned in the past. So we've got 2 cards here. First card is, okay, giving and receiving. That's what that card means. We've been talking on that topic. The cards have given you some guidance on giving and receiving, like during the week, earlier on in the week. So giving and receiving. 6 of Pentacles, you bring in the balance. No one else can do this. You have to balance out your own state of affairs, state of being. So what you've learned in the past, and oh my lord, this is like someone who is passionate, but they've lost their passion. They've lost their mojo. I felt like as you're trying to bring balance into your life, like there's been a sacrifice, and that's actually your passion. So what you've learned in the past, maybe you've been overgiving. I feel the energy of looking after other people's life purpose rather than focusing on your own. Or maybe you did focus on your own and then you got sidetracked on helping others and you forgot about yourself. What's it say here? Sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. Let's see what our angels and ancestors want to say about this. I've got a quote here by Benjamin Disraeli. We are all born for love. It is the only principle of existence and its only end. And then I can see, I don't like that man, I must get to know him better. Abraham Lincoln. I don't like that man, I must get to know him better. Although I felt the energy of wanting to be liked. So if you kind of found out or felt that somebody didn't really like you, like you would overly exert yourself to be extra friendly and to kind of get them to like you. Okay, doing things to please others, people pleasing. When really I feel that you've learnt that they're all a load of sharks, okay, who are taken from you and like dulling wants to come through, dulling your own passion, dulling your own passionate spirit. Your spirit's not able to fly. What else does this postcard say here? So you may feel that you don't count, and this, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. Rejection is a form of protection. Your angels and ancestors want to tell you about the lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. I'd say this is, well, I'm going to say this is the Divine Feminine's energy. So this is like the guidance of the Divine Feminine. Maybe you've learnt your lesson because you ignored this guidance. Let's have a look. Open to the Oracle. Peacekeeper, Mother Earth, Lady. Message: reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labour. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The lady known as the Empress in the traditional tarot is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful and creative being. There is this energy here of like ignoring this side. It's like an, should we say, giving to the beggars and the paupers. She is closely connected to nature because it is her child. Okay, I wonder where this will come in. What was coming through earlier, I felt like, oh, okay, we're not doing that. I felt like we were going to be doing a reading where it's Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, but what was coming through was like baby boy and baby girl. And this very loving, nurturing energy was coming through. So she is closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. There's the energy that I'm picking up on. Yet she is the representation of the goddess Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. So I felt this is the feminine's energy. It's like she's kind of like begging here for some attention. And it's like he's neglected. Well, he's neglected this aspect of his life. So let's carry on. In this card, she holds an apple. What's she holding here? We can't really see. More like he's kind of a... We could say it's an apple. I think it's his knee. I felt like she's actually holding up like his legs, like she's giving him strength. She's the one who gives him strength. But he's like failed to see that. Right, let's carry on reading this. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. Okay, the extended message. These cards are like all mixing up here at the bottom. Leave it there because I've got it all laid out. Okay. Fertility, growth and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you're making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. That's the meeting of the Divine Feminine, when the Divine Masculine met the Divine Feminine. So what you've learned in the past, the Divine Feminine is significant. Okay. Hi, Johnny. How are you doing? Okay, let's move on to the next question, what you're currently learning. Good morning. Good morning. The Empress, what you're currently learning, is about the Divine Feminine, the lady. That's good, isn't it? That's it. It's like she's holding a microphone. So we shall go to... Let's go to Greek mythology. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Very masculine deck here. So what you're currently learning. Let me in this box. It's always been a tough box to get into. Jeez. Beep beep. I'm in. Did you let her into your like box? Vulnerability. Water nymphs. Feelings. Oh, there's my gloves. Like, I've been looking for you. My goodness, I lost all gloves today. I did find these ones. But I was guided to find them. Feelings. Okay. And what I was actually doing was I was walking into the kitchen and I noticed Tia was sitting on the sofa and she was just staring at me. And it did bring back a memory that's of something that I said to my Divine Masculine. But she was just like staring at me, and I walked into the kitchen, but I actually turned around and looked at her and I said, why are you staring at me like that? And that's something I said to him, and it got a reaction where, well, I didn't think, well, he kind of put his head down in shame, and I didn't mean it like that, but that's, yeah. And so I went in to like stroke her, and I saw my gloves were on the sofa next to her. But that was, it was, because as soon as I said it to the cat, I realised, okay, the way that I said that, it's just like, why are you staring at me like that? It wasn't like in an aggressive or negative way, but I could see how you go, okay, I'm not. And it's like, no, I want to know, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? So, feelings. One book. Oracle I went to again. Okay. The shoulders loosened up though, that's good. Feelings. Rivers and streams were inhabited by their own divine naiads or nymphs that could be called upon to heal the sick, predict the future, or watch over flocks. But as helpful as the naiads were, they could also get too carried away and take a poor mortal into a place of no return. Oh my goodness. So I don't want to apologise about that, but I don't think we should apologise for like our feelings, our love. But yes, I can see how it could be like, or I can feel how it can be very overwhelming. This card portrays young Hylas, whom the nymphs found so irresistible that they pulled him down into the watery depths to keep forever. Okay, the mysterious element of water represents our emotions, sensitivities and feelings. It is the power which causes us quietly to reflect, to love, or to feel very deeply. It also holds our unconscious responses and family karma. The soul and the soul's memories reside in water. This card indicates you are at a time when the nymphs of the watery depths are calling you, and emotions will be more important than words. You should be gentle with yourself and use this time to reflect and quietly reflect. It says, and use this time to relax and quietly reflect on your feelings. So, what you're currently learning. And I miss you like the desert miss the rain. Okay, what steps to take right now? Right now? Right now. Learning. This is like learning and passing the knowledge on. Listening. Hierarchy. Definitely the student. You've got like your pinny on. And do you know what I was so happy about this morning? Like what's so in love about was the fact that I'm enlightened and I'm in touch with my feelings and this feeling of love, and it doesn't scare me. Nowhere near as much as it used to scare me. And I feel really like honoured and proud of myself. Like just to know and feel this stuff. I felt like these were like welly boots, and it's like once you start this journey, it feels like you're in deep water. Okay, there's no going back. It's definitely once you know about the law of attraction, you kind of never forget that. At some point, you will always bring yourself back to look, like attracts like. You're going to get whatever you put out there, whatever you think. You're right. There's no argument with that. If you think a certain way, then you know. Who am I to disagree? But you can change the way that you think. The quote goes, how does the quote go? Change the way, okay, let's change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Let's go to the Enchanted Mac. Return of the Mac. It's actually taken to an iMac. What steps to take right now? It's like, grab your anorak, your iMac. So go out in the rain, have a walk, maybe plug into some personal development. I feel there's this, well, if it hasn't come over you yet, then a hunger for learning will come over you. You will be hungry to learn. And you'll be directed to all the correct information that you need at the appropriate timing. Okay, so what steps to take right now? Well, you're learning. And you're also like, once you learn and you start learning, like, you find yourself telling people, like, this stuff. And it fluently comes out and you kind of think, okay, it's like you're a sponge and you're absorbing it all. So you learn and then you pass it on. That's really all you do. And then the knowledge that you have, all the learning, you just kind of, you keep that, and it evolves. So every time, like, you listen to a piece of material that you've listened to before, it just has deeper meaning. So what steps to take right now? Stuck in the mud in reverse. 24. You're being invited to stop and savour the wonder of your life. That's the quote for this card. It's in reverse. Let's find out what the reverse meaning is. When this card is reversed, it reminds you that you're stuck due to your own obstinate desire to get what you want when and how you want it. Perhaps it's uncomfortable to admit that the course of action you've chosen for yourself isn't right for you now. Even so, you have a choice. You can struggle in the mud and get nowhere, or take a moment to observe where you are, then step out, wash away the dirt, dry off, and find other things to do. A much better adventure awaits you. You'll know when it's time to embark upon it. Okay, so what steps to take right now? You can struggle in the mud and get nowhere, or take a moment to observe where you are, then step out, wash away the dirt, dry off, and find other things to do. A much better adventure awaits you. You'll know when it's time to embark upon it. So I'm drawn to the page 66, the page number. Should we read from a book? I don't know what book we're going to read from. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's so interesting because I thought of this book earlier. The Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita. As it is, it says. Original sent me this book. His Divine Grace. Let's go to page 66. We'll just read this. Oh my goodness, okay. I think this could have meaning. I'll read from the top part here. It says purport. So page number 66. You can see that. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counter-attacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behaviour, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counter-attack them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher, Sandpani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. It said, "It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood." Purport. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable abominable action, and has lost his sense of discrimination, is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial considerations. Under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. That's it. That's page 66. 66. Okay. Let's go to the law of attraction. It's always in action. It's a beautiful day. Hey, yeah. Oh, we're still doing this reading. Like, I've forgotten we were doing this reading. But let's have a look at the next part. So that was what steps to take right now. How you can best help others. Let's have a look at this first. You can offer love. I see myself enjoying perfect well-being. Card number 16. I see myself in perfect health, with absolute prosperity and invigorated with life. Full of love, health. It's like healing yourself. Like, the shoulder's good now. Okay, there's a little bit of a tenseness there, only because I focused on it. So I see myself in perfect health with absolute prosperity and invigorated with life. I am appreciating this physical life that I wanted as I decided to be a physical being. It is glorious to be here making decisions with my physical brain, but accessing the power of the universe through the power of the law of attraction. I said about what I was loving earlier. It is glorious to be here making decisions with my physical brain, but accessing the power of the universe through the power of the law of attraction. We get one more. How you can best help others. When focusing upon solutions, I feel good. Card number 47. I feel good. I knew that I would know. Focusing upon a solution brings you positive emotion. Focusing upon a problem brings you negative emotion. While the differences are subtle, they are very important. For when you are feeling positive emotion, you are attracting into your experiences that which you want. And when you are feeling negative emotion, you are in the process of attracting that which you do not want. The law of attraction is always in action. Right, let's move on to this last card here. Your life's purpose. To fight the devil, to face your fear, and to be reborn, be positive, be happy. Okay. Now the devil's here now. I always feel the devil's got the lovers kind of caught together. But you feel happy, like it, but you feel as if it's forbidden. But it's not. If it makes you happy, go for what makes you happy. The fire's been ignited. We could take them back to like this devil energy. It's more of a rebellious energy. But it's not. I felt like I was going to be really British then. But it's nothing to be afraid of. You don't need to be afraid of the devil. That devil side of you. Okay. Felt the energy of like baby boy, baby girl coming through, so. Right. It says here, I divide each day into segments of intentions. Your life's purpose. Face your fear and do it anyway. The point from which you are consciously perceiving, that point is a segment. Your day may be divided into many segments. It is not necessary to have a rigid schedule of segments, but it is important that you clarify, doesn't say that you clearly identify when you are moving from one segment of intentions into another segment of intentions. Let's go to the well-being cards now. Be well, John Spartan. Fucking Demolition Man's coming in now. This bit of hair here, a bit rebellious, like. Okay, all is well. Talks about babies, that card. I'll read it. Babies are beings from the non-physical, eternally coming forth for the creation of that which they decide. The babies are wanting so much for you to know that all is well. I met this baby yesterday. I can call him a baby because it's his first birthday today. And he was with his dad. His dad was carrying him like in a carrier, like a baby carrier. And he had an order for like the little boy's birthday party, but there was something wrong with the order. So I took him to like the department that we needed to like rectify it with. And we got talking. Anyway, I'm going to cut a long story short. I found out that the little boy, he couldn't hear, he was deaf. Which didn't matter at all to me. I was still talking to him. I was like, is it your birthday tomorrow? Like, and he was smiling at me, like when I said that. And I said to the dad, well, he's going to tap into his other senses, isn't he? And really, to be honest with you, the nonsense that you hear in this world, I mean, you don't even need words, do you? You can tell by people's facial expressions whether or not, you're being an inconvenience to them or if they're happy to see you. That kind of energy. And it was just a moment. It was a moment that I connected. And I felt like, yeah, this little one was telling me all is well. So let's get one of these cards. It was a nice moment. My future isn't about my past. Life is only about now. Look what she's holding now. And then have a look at this. Like the pentagram. Nothing that has ever happened has anything to do with now, unless in my now I continue to think and speak about it. Fresh new thoughts today will always give me a fresh new experience. Let's get another postcard from Spirit. The Sacred Destiny cards here. On the Power of Love. We'll use those. But let's get another postcard. Your life's purpose. You are love. Dearest Stu, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's a time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honour this process of becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive in this little imaginary world of love that I exist in. But we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you. So are you in a time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You're being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune in to what others can't hear. Do you think that story before was relevant? I think so. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and the invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Love you always. This is such a good reading. Okay. Right, so that's that spread done. Let me put some cards away. These two decks look very similar, apart from these have numbers at the top of the well-being and the, excuse me, the law of attraction cards. But which ones are you? Do you have numbers on the top of your cards or not? No. So you are these. I can't see numbers at the top of them ones either, though. Okay, turn them over. Yeah, that's right. They have a squiggly bit there. Okay. Let's hear it for the boy. I think we're nearly there. We'll go to the Mother Mary now. Transition. $47.39. Okay, before we go to the Mother Mary, we shall have a play with some more cards from my box here. I just want to tidy these cards away. I don't feel we'll be using them again today. Where's the lid to this one? Thank you. Okay. Right, let's put that. I can see bliss. 6 and a 6. The Channel of Love cards. Make a Wish. Mr. Casanova. Mr. Sensitive. So you are his wish. It's like he wants to come charging forward, but there's this sensitivity about him. Oh, where did that come from? Look. Knowing about the right time. You know when it's the right time. Knowing without knowing. It is wrote on there. You see. Knowing without knowing. You're just going to know when it's the right time. Okay, so let's go to the Mother Mary then. Oh, I'm a bit thirsty. Oh, my shoulder just clipped them. Okay. Our Lady of Peaceful Change, card number 12. My legs are like jiggling. Okay. Change is coming to you now, my dear child. It is a change that has been triggered by the loving prayers held deep within your heart. This change does not have to be difficult for you. Trust in me, and I shall ensure that you are supported through this change, that you are held safely and securely in my heart as you transition from one way to another. I would like you to use your energy for more worthy purposes than unnecessary worry. Trust me a little more and know that the changes you are encountering now, or soon will, are actually the blessing of my answer to your prayers. Our Lady of Peaceful Change comes to us when change is either happening now or is on its way to us soon as an answer to a prayer. Does that make a wish? Not all change has to be difficult. Change can evoke thoughts of upheaval, uncertainty, instability, and even fear. We all have different capacity to accept change with equanimity, depending on the circumstances and situation. Sometimes it might seem very frightening indeed. At other times it might not be so frightening. It may even be considered exciting, even whilst there are moments of confusion or uncertainty. Our Mother Mary understands that sometimes change feels very challenging, and sometimes there is very good reason for this. Perhaps the sheer magnitude of the change requires a lot of emotional energy in order for us to be able to take the leap. In such situations, we might actually need a bit of a push from life or a nudge from the Divine Mother to take the steps. Those nudges will come in the form of life circumstances that urge us to loosen our grip and let life happen more freely. Sometimes it will be a gentle lull in the waves of the great ocean of life, and we relax, let go, and flow. At other times we need a great big wave to overcome us in order to let go and realise that it is actually safe to flow. The fear was only about letting go. However, the Holy Mother also knows that there are plenty of times when we worry or fear through change, and it is not necessary for us to do so at all. Our Lady of Peaceful Change comes to you now to allay any concerns you have about a change that is taking place right now or will soon come to you. She tells you that everything is going to work out for the best, and that although there might be some adjustments to make, there is nothing to be concerned about. She is taking care of all the details, and you can relax and trust that if you need to attend to something, you will feel an inner nudge to do so. She is also letting you know that this change in circumstance or situation will actually feel much better for you. It will free you up from something you weren't... Okay. A lot to take in. Not so much a lot to take in, but there's a lot to let go of. Okay. She's also letting you know that this change in circumstance or situation will actually feel much better for you. It will free you up from something that you weren't consciously aware was holding you back. She asks that you trust her, and trust that as you adjust to the change, you will realise that it is the answer to a prayer. The Oracle of Our Lady of Peaceful Change brings a general piece of guidance for those who have drawn this card, which is to trust a little more. Whether you relate to the experience of change in your life as happening now, or believe that it needs to happen, she is asking you to pray to her and trust. All is happening in perfect timing. And whilst you can do all that is in your power when you can, don't believe that you have to force something to be. Change happens naturally as we grow. Trust it, trust yourself, and trust her. Okay. Let's go to the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. We've got 2 cards. New beginnings. Radiant sunshine. The sun is the most profound symbol of life itself, large enough to fit 1 million Earths inside it. In ancient cultures, the largesse of the rising sun represented hope and the understanding that life begins again, fresh and new. Responsible for the climate and weather of the earth, it is a symbol of birth and rebirth. It can also represent resurrection and a time of profound spiritual awakening. It symbolises the end of darkness and the beginning of light, and an initiation of a whole new cycle. The sacred landscape wants you to know your life is expanding in profound and wondrous ways. New experiences and ideas are emerging. Vitality and wide open opportunities are at hand. Seize the day. This is a perfect time to begin that new project or give birth to an emerging idea. Timing is everything, and the time is now. Anything and everything is possible. Good fortune awaits you. The rising sun is the ultimate symbol of the Yang principle, expanding power and activity. You are radiant and luminous. There is a glow within you that can be felt by all. Such an itchy throat reading that. Put tears to my eyes. Oh my goodness. Heaven. So I can see there at the bottom, that stamp. Okay, can we read the next message, please? Oh my goodness, that tickling. Happiness. Let me read about happiness. Okay. The sun shines down. Shimmering sunrise. Our sun is at the centre of our solar system. Our planet and our lives revolve around its cycles of light and dark. Our inner and outer biological rhythms, as well as the rhythms of every animate and inert part of life, are ruled by this celestial force. In the far past, the sun has been thought of as a god. Traditionally, it has been associated with happiness, joy, hope, enlightenment, illumination, truth, cheer, warmth, and goodwill. Additionally, sunlight is an expansive force. When something is heating up by the light of the sun, it enlarges. Without the energy of the sun, things contract. Okay? The sun carries the deepest energies of expansion in life, so to receive this card is to know that you are expanding. The sacred landscape wants you to know. Click your heels and shout for joy. I felt like the legs were jiggery. Jiggery, yeah, we can use that word. The signs are with you. Let your light shine. Abounding good luck awaits you. A gateway is opening for even more joy and happiness. Your life is expanding. Opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Definitely the energy I'm feeling today. Love deeply and fully. Embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing to you. The only thing to be aware of is to monitor your expansion in a metered way. Too much too fast can be overwhelming. That's the energy of it for the masculine. Too much too fast can be overwhelming. Whew, the power of love. Let's go to this deck. Okay, the power of love activation cards. Creativity. Oh, we've got 2 cards. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Let's get creative now. Creativity. The most natural characteristic of a soul is creation. As a spiritual being, you are continually being inspired by the higher self, source energy, and the spirit world to express yourself in the physical dimension. You are constantly in a mode of creation, even if you are not aware of it. Thoughts are creation, and thoughts are real. And even though not every single one manifests itself physically, it nevertheless creates your reality. That is why it is so important to keep your thoughts high-minded. Judgment of yourself and others lowers your vibration of love. Your thoughts don't belong only to you. Their energy is part of the collective consciousness. Your creative spark may ignite and inspire the soul or mind of another. When you are blocking your creativity, you are not fully expressing your soul. This blockage may manifest in a number of ways, such as physical pain, anger, depression, anxiety, and isolation. There may also be feelings of living an unfulfilled life. Always remember that you are of God, and God is creativity. As a loving, visionary person, you can see the potential for that which has yet to exist in physical reality. You are able to turn imagination into form. The more you attune yourself to the loving energy of your heart, the more receptive you are to inspired ideas that bring earth closer to heaven. Creativity. The card underneath. What does it say? Priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Good morning, Gal Gal. Good morning, Channel of Love. How are you, my darling? Priorities. Through love and understanding, you are able to put the pieces of your own puzzle together. And by doing so, you have a deeper awareness of who you are and why you are here. Regularly take a moment out of your day to reassess your priorities. Confirm that you are living the life you have intended, that you aren't wasting energy on things that don't need your energy. Does it say that? Confirm that you are living the life you have intended, and that you aren't wasting energy on things that don't feed your soul's growth. Focus on what is important to you and why. Are you happy with your current situation? Are you doing your best to help make others happy? Are there people in your life who are not supporting your goals? Pausing on your daily journey to re-establish your priorities using love and compassion as your guide gives you a better indication of your path forward. So much of life on earth is distraction, and the ego can be fragile and petty. Stop. Listen to your heart. Your number one goal is to love yourself and share that love. All the other diversions rank after that. Life in this physical dimension is not easy, nor was it meant to be. You have to practice instilling the energy of love into your habitual thought processes. Prioritizing and decision making then become so much easier. The choice always comes down to love. Oh, I love it. Okay. I love it when a plan comes together. The A-Team. What do we want to have a look at now? 60 minutes, 47 seconds. I'm humming. Should we have a look at The Power of Intention? There's just so many books. Well, there's not so many books, but they're good books. That I want to read this bit that's highlighted here. Okay, it's highlighted in blue. I've highlighted it with it. Viewing intention from a new perspective. So, Carlos Castaneda. In the universe, there is an immeasurable, indescribable force which shamans call intent, and absolutely everything that exists in the entire cosmos is attached to intent by a connecting link. I've highlighted a fairly common definition of intention as a strong purpose or aim accompanied by a determination to produce a desired result. People driven by intention are described as having a strong will that won't permit anything to interfere with achieving their inner desire. I imagine a sort of pit bull kind of resolve or determination. If you're one of those people with a never give up attitude combined with an internal picture that propels you towards fulfilling your dreams, you fit this description of someone with intention. And then I've highlighted just some words. Let me read these words. Superachiever, proud, ability, recognise, take advantage of opportunities that arise. Towards a spiritual orientation, healing, miracles, manifesting, connection, divine intelligence, genuine. So these are just like words that I've highlighted here. Conscious contact with spirit. Find spiritual solutions to problems by living at higher levels and calling upon faster energies. Much greater than a determined ego or individual will. Shedding many levels of ego. Come across something in a book that starts a thought germinating in me that ultimately compels me to write a new book. Castaneda's Final. The active side of infinity. Sorcerers always accomplish what they set out to do. Not something you do, a force that exists in the universe as an invisible field of energy. Wrote those two sentences down. Printed on a card. It says car, because I haven't quite highlighted the D, if you can see there. Printed on a car. Laminated, carried the laminated car with me. I began talking about the power of intention to everyone who would listen. I made intention a part of every speech I gave. I immersed myself in this idea to use it. Own healing, help others, use the power of intention to carry them where they're fully equipped to go. I had experienced Satori, or instant awakening, intent, offering, insight, others, become clear. Accessing the power of intention relieves so much of the seemingly impossible work of striving to fulfill desires by sheer force of will. I just finished with these last ones. Dormant forces, faculties and talents come alive and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. Forces that appear to be either non-existent or dead, referring to the powerful energy a person feels when inspired. Inspired by a purpose or calling, feeling of spirit working through you, inspired, inspirited. There you go. Where was we going now, Lucy? I don't know, because I don't think we'd finished with everything yet, have we? Oh, no, we turned around. Have a look. Energy cards. We're finished with a Rumi message. 65 minutes, 27 seconds. Good morning, everybody. It was a rainy day yesterday, again. I feel it's going to be a sunny day today. Okay, let's have a look at the energy cards. Walking away. I'm walking away from the troubles of my life. The shadows of your life, your troubles. 27. It's the date of my birthday. It's not long until my birthday now. What date is it today? I've already said it, the 15th. Okay, how long does that give me? 12 days? We had number 12 come out, didn't we? Our Lady of Peaceful Change. Okay. Walking away, 27. Letting go and moving on. This card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She is closing the gate behind her and is walking away into a misty, unknown future. This card upright reveals that it could be time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you've finished with, perhaps a career goal, a relationship, or a long-term experience of any kind. The familiarity of the situation may be enticing, but you're now ready to look at your options on the open road ahead. In reality, an important new beginning is at hand. Well, we know this. We had the new beginning card. This card also indicates that now would be a good time to let go of an old habit, emotional pattern, or false belief. No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern may be, you now have the power to release it and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's in the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and resources to walk away from the old and move forward now. Let's finish with Rumi. Just knocked all the cards over as I've done that. Okay. Jeez, I've already tied it up once. Did you hear what I said then? I felt like I said, geez, I've already tidied up once. It just come out a bit fast and... Jeez. Okay, let's finish with a Rumi message. I'm trying to work out what the time is. It's about 20 past 11. No, it won't be. It'll be about 11:30. I came on at 10:20. So it'll be 11:28. 11:29, I reckon. Yeah, 11:29. The birdie's telling me out there. I can hear him. The impossible made possible. Okay, card number 9. I got a feeling. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. She spins, this great earth goddess, upon invisible strings amongst a worldly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. life moves in constant flux, and still she spins on her great, loving, constant pirouette. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with the power to destroy life, yet it is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it, that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet what are your biggest, boldest, most extraordinarily impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself? They are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand, being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us the time is right. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit? I don't know. It's like the voices are just coming out from me. Who is this speaking? Shh. Okay. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything envisioned can manifest according to divine timing and grace, yet the mind does quake with fear, so much so that it will not listen to the heart at times. That fear is a childlike nightmare, that should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead. Truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be thoughts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. With unfailing intelligence, it creates life. From steam to ice, rainfall, the river and ocean, rain descending into snowflakes, snow capping the peak, expressing itself with beauty and genius. It nestles under the earth and rises to the sky, only to return to the earth again. It will erode blockages and prevail, no matter how long that process takes. It carves the earth into shape and form. Where it is, there is life. Such is the adaptable intelligence and persistence of it by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the incredulity, and open up the mind. Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you are a child in a great garden, hearing the breath of the earth in the wind whipped leaves and the voices of the ancestors in birdsong. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. Your mind will wonder if it is even possible. People around you may wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. You'll want it with all your soul. You may not even be consciously aware as yet what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds the secret knowledge and will unveil it when your mind can handle it. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessings. I love that. Oh. You'll want it with all your soul. You may not even be consciously aware as yet what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds a secret knowledge and will unveil it when your mind can handle it. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessing. Okay. Should we do the sacred honouring ritual? Place your hands very lightly at your throat. Say aloud, with Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, as my witness, I now offer myself into the hands of the all-loving creative intelligence of this universe. I release all vows, intentions or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously, in this or any lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, holding back from creative fruition of my soul upon the earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept the gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. May I be blessed, so I can surrender resistance and accept what is coming to me now for what it is, a gift of love. So be it. Place your hands at your heart and focus on your breath for a moment or two as it flows in and out. When you are ready, place your hands in prayer and bow your head to your hands. You have completed your sacred honouring ritual, and I have completed this reading for today. Okay guys, have yourself a fantastic day. I will catch up with you all soon. Thank you for joining me. Perhaps is that little cross up there. And I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, take care. Much love. Bye for now.